Hi. So I wanted to share the very first Andrea Gibson poem that I ever heard with you. I heard this on a mixtape in my friend's car that a friend of hers had made for her. And after I heard this poem, I was just like completely floored. I was like, what just happened? And my friend was like, that was a poem. And I was like, no, something just happened. Like my entire life just flipped, changed because of this poem. It's about marriage, so I haven't really explored that idea. I don't really know that I believe in the idea of marriage, but I love the way she loves, and that's what really captured my heart, and that's what I want to share with you. So this poem is called I Do. I have to scat a little bit at the beginning, so here it goes. Bobbity bobba bobbity bobba bobbity bobbity bobba dang a dang dang a dingy dong ding. I do, I do, I do. Dip da dip da dip do, I do, I do. Dip da dip da dip bobbity bobba bobbity bobba bobbity bobbity bobba dang a dang dang a dingy dong ding. I do. But the fuckers say we can't. 'Cause you're a girl and I'm a girl, or at least something close, so the most we can hope for is an uncivil union in Vermont, and I want church bells. I want rosary beads. I want Jesus on his knees. I want to walk down the aisle feeling the patriarchy smile. It's not true. But I do want to spend my life with you. And I want to know 50 years from now, when you're in a hospital room getting ready to die, when visiting hours are for family members only, I want to know they'll let me in to say goodbye. Because I've been 50 years memorizing the way the lines beneath your eyes form rivers when you cry, and I've held my hand like an ocean at your cheek saying, baby, flow to me. Because 50 years I've watched you grow with me, 50 years of you never letting go of me through nightmares and dreams and everything in between, from the day I said, buy me a ring. Buy me a ring that will turn my finger green so I can imagine our love as a forest. I want to get lost in you. And I swear I grew like a wildflower every hour of the 50 years I was with you. And that's not to say we didn't have bad days. Like the day you said, that checkout clerk was so sweet. And I said, I'd like to eat that checkout clerk. And you said, honey, that's not funny. And I said, baby, maybe you could take a fucking joke every now and then. So I slept on the couch that night. But when morning came, you were laughing. Yeah, there were times we were both half in and half out the door, but I never needed anything more than the stars on your grin to lead me home. For 50 years, you were my favorite poem. And I'd read you every night, knowing I might never understand every word, but that was okay, because the lines of you were the closest thing to holy I'd ever heard. You'd say, this kind of love has to be a verb. We were paint on a slick canvas. It's gonna take a whole lot to stick, but if we do, we'll be a masterpiece, and we were. From the beginning, living in towns that frowned at our hand-holding, folding their stares like hate notes into our pockets so we could pretend they weren't there, you'd say, fear is only a verb if you let it be. Don't you dare let go of my hand. And that was my favorite line. That and the time when we saw two boys kissing on the street in Kansas, and we both broke down crying because it was Kansas, and you said, what are the chances of seeing anything but corn in Kansas? We were born again that day. I cut your cord and you cut mine, and the chords of time played like a concerto of hope. Like we could feel the rope unwind, the noose of hate loosening from years of people like you cannot work here, people like you cannot live here, people like you cannot adopt. So we had lots of cats and dogs, and once even a couple of monkeys that you taught to sing, hey, hey, we're the monkeys. You were crazy like that. And I was so crazy about you. At nights you couldn't sleep. I'd lay awake for hours counting sheep for you, and you would rewrite the rhythm of my heartbeat with the way you laid your head on my chest. I swear, my breath turned silver the day your hair did. Just like I swear marigolds grew in the folds of my eyelids the first time I saw you, and they bloomed the first time I watched you dance to the tune of our kitchen kettle in our living room. In a world that could have left us hard as metal, we were soft as nostalgia together. For 50 years we feathered wings too wide to be prey, and we flew through days strong and days as fragile as sandcastles. At high tide you would fold your love into an origami firefly, then throw it through my passageways till all my hidden chambers were lit with lanterns. Now every trap door of every pore of my heart is open because of you, because of us, so I do. I want to be in that room with you. When visiting hours are for family members only, I want to know they'll let me in. I want to know they'll let you hold me while I sing. Bobbity bob, bobbity bob, bobbity bobbity bob, dang dang dang, ding dong dinger. Do I do? Dip da 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 da. Do I do? Dip da 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 da. Bobbity bob, bobbity bob, bob. Bobbity bob, dang dang dang, ding dong ding. Good. Bye. I hope you enjoyed it. That was just for you. I'll see you soon.